Greetings and welcome to the 1-6 Scale Man. Probably presents another episode of You Know What It Is, man. This is Collectors Therapy. Now, if you're here, now listen, I just want y'all to understand something. I don't have a doctorate in any of this shit right here. I'm just talking to you guys, community perspective. Like, you guys basically know that you're having issues. We're all having issues. So collectively, we come together to talk these things out. And sometimes we can find solutions amongst each other, our best practices. It's the best practices amongst collectors and stuff like that. So again, I am nowhere near a professional when it comes to, you know, the therapeutic attributes, if you want to say so. I'm not in that space, but what I do know is how to basically bring people together and have these conversations. And I think that's the best way to do it. But I am not here by myself. I am definitely joined here with an incredible panel and a bit of a celebrity in the community when it comes to his pictures. You don't, I mean, come on, man. If y'all don't know this guy, I don't know what else to tell you because he's always in Figure Flex chat. With his photos on Instagram, everything. You already know what it is, man. But we'll definitely bring him in here in just a second. Remember, while you are in here, hit that like button. Please subscribe like this. Basically, this tells you to do. Hit that bell notification so you are always up to date to what we got going on over here on the actual channel. So joining me today, first off, we got my man Chewy's Bandolier in the building. What's going on with you, brother?
All good. How are you?
Yeah, it's so good, man. We was just chatting about your somewhat rude awakening, but I hope you got some sleep, man.
Eventually everybody went back to bed.
Yeah, that's good. Definitely good, man. Definitely good, man. So glad to have you here with me this morning, bro. And also joining us, we got the one and only, the incomparable Commander Green in the building. What's going on with you, brother?
Not much, man. I'm just like really happy to be here. Really appreciate the invite.
Definitely, man. So glad to have you here. You know, some people are going to be asking you about your photography, so you already know that. Some people in the chat, they're gonna be like, "Hey, Green, how you do that? How you do?"
I cheat as much as I can. Smoke and mirrors.
Hell yeah,
for
man.
Sure.
So glad to have you definitely here with us, man, and definitely in the building with us, and everybody out there in the chat. Thank you guys for being here and the ones who are on board with us this morning. I know this was like a call of, individuals say, hey, you should actually go ahead and do it. So I wanted to kind of do this morning and let's just talk because I think we had a lot going on within the last couple of weeks. Like this barrage of collectibles and everything that we're seeing right now, man, we got hit hard with this. Like it's almost as hard as it was. I talked about this yesterday on Aries show, almost as hard as we got hit with May the 4th. Remember, like we were getting just bam, 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 bam after another, constant drops, constant, whatever notifications on things. And it's like it can become overwhelming and smothering it. It's like you just don't have any air. You got to maneuver things around. Like, if it's far as NRDs, as far as, up and coming withdrawals from your account when it comes to like Sideshow or whoever you have, if you're paying those installments, you got to kind of just maneuver around that. And then on top of that, space plays a major role in as well. We're running out of space when it comes to these collectibles. So it's definitely something to think about. Now, before we jump into that, as always do, got to pay homage to the places where we get these actual figures from, who give us actually who supplied the plastic crack. We definitely want to give them a shout out. I had to give a shout out to my man Ray over there at Underground Figures. As always, if you are looking for the figure of choice, no NRD, full transparency, make sure that you sign up for that newsletter so you're always up to date to as to what figure's coming or even when your figure's actually on its way. Ray is always good with keeping you within the now and always making sure. And let me actually update this here because he always tells me, update the screen, man. Make sure you do that. So I definitely upgrade the screen for him. So you know what's coming, when your figure's going to arrive. And he gets it out to you in such a timely manner. You'll get it back in about 2 to 3 days. That's how quickly you get your figure. So definitely want to give a shout out to my man Ray over there at Underground. Also, got to give a shout out to my man Ray's, Tale of Two Rays, my guy Ray over there at Hawk Wars Toys. Not only do you get the figure that you're looking for, but he'll also he actually sends you out a care package. You get a comic book, you get a couple of comics, you get stickers. You know, he makes sure that the source material is there. He is also the proud sponsor of the Summer Madness going on over there at the Figure Flex Friday Facebook group, where he is such a huge pillar in the community, and we all love him. So definitely want to give him a shout out as well. Also got to give a shout out to my man Jacob over there at Comic Relief Comic Collectibles. If you are looking for comics, 1/6 scale, 1/10 scale, anything that you're actually looking for, he got it. He'll definitely take care of you, making sure that you're taken care of. Again, Jake is a solid dude in the community as well. He was the sponsor of the Spring Fever Flex that we just had like a few months back. So definitely want to give him a shout out for always participating and being such a solid dude. And last but not least, I got to give a shout out to my man Brian Wong over there at Modu Case, Modu Space. If you're looking for an incredible display or how to display your figures, you want to hit him up and make sure that you say what's up, because like I say, he'll definitely take care of you as always, because that's what he does. I have that mono coming soon as it arrives. I'm going to put it together and give you my honest opinion, honest review on it. So you definitely want to give him a shout out. So let me actually see who we have here in the chat with us today. I know we got a few people in here. We got S Bean in the building. Thank you for being here, brother. He said my Peacemaker from Underground should be here tomorrow. There you go, bro. There you go. Always. We got my man AJ Grusa. Dang, if I wasn't doing the artwork, I would get in on this. But I'm still glad to have this fantastic stream to make your artwork better. Thank you so much for that, bro. As always, we got Iron Star Killer in the building. Thank you for being here, brother. We got Mandy, the amazing Mandy, in the building. She said afternoon, morning to all. Mandy, thank you for being here. As always, so good to have you here with us. Can't wait to talk to you. Well, I know that's right. Tomorrow you're not going to be here because you're going to be away. But we'll hold you down. I forgot about that. Who else?
I need to make sure to be on the stream with Mandy one of these days. So
yeah, bro. Yeah,
sure.
yeah. We got to get you in on with Mandy, because Mandy is amazing, bro. She's so amazing. Yep. Such a warm-hearted person. You know, the sweetest person. One of the sweetest people I've ever met. You know, in the community, and she's just such a, you know, a jolt of energy, good, positive energy. So definitely shout out to her as well. We got Ren's Talentino, the talented Ren's in the building. Thank you for being here, brother. We got El Walker Doguitos in the building. Thank you for being here. Collectible Chats is in here with us. Thank you for being here. Valkyrie Magnus is in the building. Thank you for being here. Mitchell Lawrence is in the building. Afternoon, checking in from London, UK. What's going on with you, brother? Thank you for being Mitchell. I know you were getting that Paul Atreides from NART. You have to. I don't know. I saw that. I was like, oh my God. I had pre-ordered that like months ago anyway, but I saw it. I was like, you know, I'm gone. We'll definitely shout out to you as well. And Kay Carter's in the building. Thank you for being here, brother. As always, man. It's always good to basically see you here with us, man. As always. Let me see. We got everybody in here. Yeah, guys. So again, we talk about this like we've been talking about this for a few months. It's like preparing ourselves for the eye of a storm, but I don't think we realized. I don't think there was even a fair warning, because again, we knew we had certain things that were being finalized from the list, or at least the updated list that we got before, like the last update. We still hadn't received Vader. We still hadn't received Rocket and Cosmo. We still hadn't received Batman 89. So it was those particular figures that we were waiting from that list. Then we got another list that actually came in a few weeks ago. You know what I mean? That had other figures that we can expect to see. The Praetorian Guards. Who else was on there? Thrawn was basically, yeah, Thrawn was on there. Moff Gideon, the Mando Joker. Armored Moff Gideon, Joker was on there as well. And the list goes on. There were so many. So we had that list. What was you gonna say?
Oh, sorry, no, Bane.
Bane as well, yeah. Like, yeah. You know what I mean? So when you think about that, then like if we're already in that space, after that comes these drops. You know, Deadpool and Wolverine, the Hano, you know, brown and yellow Wolverine suit itself. We got, you know, Mantis that released, you know, after that. We got updates on the new clones. We, Echo and Fives. Those basically, came out for update. And I Commander Green, I know you was like, oh shit.
Well, and it was all that stuff yesterday. The teases, the RSVPs. Yeah.
The RSVP teases yesterday. So we got that. You know what I mean? So everything that happened pretty much this week, last week, with the Commando that we got last week, the release for that, and that actually goes up for pre-order this week, right?
Tuesday,
I think it does. I think they have it scheduled for Tuesday. So looking at all of this, it's like, okay, like literally spacing is the issue, but then also we have to think about the IPs like Marvel, Star Wars, DC. Then they're actually going back. They to me, they broke me when I actually saw them doing a Black Widow artisan from, Iron Man 2. And I'm like, damn, like there's a lot that's going on. And I can honestly, I was looking at different forums and different groups. There are people that literally are checking out.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, I'm selling off my shit. I can't do it anymore. Or I'm selling off stuff just to make room. And it hurts because I'm selling off pieces that I'm well connected to. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I guess my question is, it's regrettable, but is that something that we have to do to sustain in this community? Like to really sell off the shit that we love and we might be well connected to just to get more shit? Like, is that the resolve? Do you think that is the future resolve when it comes to collecting because we can't catch up? Do you think that's what's happening right now? I'll go to you first since you are our resident guest right now, Commander Green. I'll go to you first. What do you think, bro?
Oh man, I mean, it's just so tough. Like, I mean, I gave up my gold chrome clone and Cody because I knew what was coming, from all these like current pre-orders, and I needed to use that money that was like ready to get paid off and slide it into something else. And it kills me, but I also think that maybe down the road I can probably scoop it up for a decent price. Yeah. So I mean that's where I try to put that like in my head is like it's not gone, Like it can still be there. So you have to look at it that way too.
Yeah. I mean it definitely and that's just the way I see it. I don't mean to do this, Commander Green, but I just have to create the ambiance. So exactly we're having this conversation. So I'm just creating ambiance here, bro. So again, I'm pulling this up here just because we have to create the ambience, and knowing that you are also one of the biggest resident clone collectors here as well. These are the things that we have to talk about. But like you said, getting rid of something that you might have almost damn near had a connection or even a vision with to make room for something else that's coming. We're seeing that that's becoming more common now in the community.
That was even like with that Cody, like, I mean, I see people posting pictures of that with the other older Chrome clones with Padme. And I was like, that was my vision, to have it like displayed that way. Yeah. And it's like, now it's gone, but it's, like I said, it's like, but this is coming. So I would rather have this. So yeah, you definitely have to prioritize.
You definitely got to pray. Exactly, bro. Exactly. Chewy, man, what do you think, Rob? Like, because I think about this, and I was talking about this a few weeks ago, the heyday of collecting. And it's like, it's hard to say, like, when I say like the golden age of collecting for me was back in 2015, 2014, 2015, around that time, because one of the biggest things that I'd stand 10 toes down on this is one of the things that actually has hurt in collecting so far lately is the influx of streaming properties that we have right now with these streaming shows. And with those shows comes more figures, more releases. And I know that's even a lot of pressure on Hot Toys, to have to produce these pieces. Any company, for that matter, to have to produce the pieces, and sometimes they get behind. I know COVID played a major role because production slowed and they had to get these figures out. But then, a lot of things were shut down because, of the pandemic that was going around that time. But I missed those particular days and the feeling of the anticipation, the anticipation of getting your figure in, and it wasn't an influx, like, because it was manageable at that time. You could manage things. Now it's different. So do you think that we have to kind of like, it's a matter of coming up with a brand new strategy now to kind of like, I don't want to say compete against like these companies, but more so like to play catch up or at least exist in this space? Do you think like we have to come up with something new because it's like the old feeling is gone? What do you think?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think there's definitely, just because of the sheer number of things that they make now.
Yeah.
Because I remember when I started back, well, I think you and we talked about this. We started collecting around the same time. I had started with my A New Hope Han and Chewie, and then after that I got the Jin Urso, and I had Chirrut Imwe, and I had
Yes, sir.
K2SO.
Yes, sir.
I ended up letting those go. I had to, like, I had them in the collection, but I ended up selling them just because, for some reason in my mind, I thought it would be cheaper in the long run to collect the statues, the premium format statues and the statues, just because they don't release them as frequently.
Yeah.
And they're numbered for the most part.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, that's kind of cool. I'll do that, and then I won't get snowed under. There's a Canadian analogy there.
Yeah.
But
got you.
But yeah, so and then yet not long after that, I picked up a couple more 6 scales and more Hot Toy stuff, and then now I just gave in completely. Now I've got more 6 scale figures than I even know what to do with, and that's kind of a dangerous place for a lot of people to be in, especially during a time like now when, like you said, there's streaming services that are putting out, a run of, like, for Ahsoka, for example.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be, when all is said and done, what is there, like 13 or 14 pieces in that run?
It's so many. I think it's about 13
close,
or 14 pieces.
Yeah, and that's I mean, great if you can do that. That's fantastic. Good for you.
Yeah.
But then when you're people like us, normal people who just want to collect something because it's tied to nostalgia or tied to something that we love or whatever, it's you have to make concessions for things.
Yeah.
And once you start making concessions, then you get into trouble, because then you start justifying every purchase you make.
Yes.
And once you start doing that, it's a hard way to get out of that. And I know I've been there. And like, I recently almost, I didn't actually end up doing it because he's a really great guy, but I almost canceled my '89 Batmobile from Yoast.
Yeah.
But I spoke with him. He's got everything. He's like, no, I got you. It's okay. We can do this. You can manage things. We'll just change things around. You can manage it, because it was getting to a point where, with everything else that I've got pre-ordered or that I want to get, it's like, how do I manage this? How do I manage that?
Yeah.
It's harder to do now. Like you said, it's harder to do now just because there's just so much stuff. But that's good for Hot Toys. I mean, that's, like you said, they're a business. They're here to make money, and they're going to make money. They're going to make a lot of money.
And here's the thing, like, I want to bring this up for an example. So we got the, reveal of Grievous, a figure that I know a lot of people were waiting on. All right. So we know that, the sideshow version left a sour taste in everyone's mouth at that time. Even though they made provisions, they updated it. People who had that version still love it. But now we have this one. And here's the thing, and I want to use this as an example. It is in us, adrenaline and those endorphins that we carry, a lot of it is basically a contributing factor to the excitement. You get excitement, it's like a high. You see it, you get excited about it, and you're like, yo, fuck, this is amazing. Like, I can't wait. I can't wait to get this. Yes, once it goes up pre-order day one. What is that? What is our favorite word in the community? Or our favorite
Dopo.
Dopo. Day one pre-order, right? Dopo is so we say this, right? Oh, that's a day one. That's a day one. Until reality hits in. It sits in, and you're just like, yo, wait a minute. So they didn't just show us, they didn't just show us this Grievous. This Grievous wasn't just the only thing that we saw. You know what I mean? As much as the excitement is there for it, but the Grievous was definitely not the only thing that we got. You know what I mean? Like it's a beautiful piece, but it wasn't the only thing that actually hit that day. If you're a Star Wars fan, there was more. There was more. And then you're thinking about all these things, and you're thinking about how everything adds up. For me, the straw that broke the camel's back, for me as a Star Wars fan, was this damn Vader.
Yep.
So I had to really think about that. And what made me think about was, okay, I did this yesterday. I wrote down a list of all the figures that I have. Or I'll put it this way. I keep a spreadsheet of all the figures that I have up and coming. All the ones that I have, through means of pre-ordering. So I have all my pre-order list. And then I actually have, and have it dated as to what's supposed to be released. I keep a spreadsheet of also the up and coming releases, the things that we're expecting. Then I keep a spreadsheet of the figures that were actually on the schedule. So, and I always go back to say, okay, I keep that, but then whatever anything that's newly released, I basically look back to see, okay, how is this associated to what I already have pre-ordered? But how is this associated to what I have in my collectible and my collections? Will it make sense? At the end of the day, does it make sense? And is it a need? Something that I absolutely need? Or is it something that I can say, you know what? Nah, I can wait. And then we got to also think about, okay, how many are they making? How many of these and is it going to sit for a while? So thinking about the Vader, it's like they're going to make a ton of these. I know they're going to make a lot of them, and they know they will sell. The special edition or the battle damage version will probably sell out first, possibly. But in collecting, we know that it's not always the battle damage version that goes first. Sometimes people would get the regular version, and the battle damage would still be available, or the deluxe battle damage. I say that special edition that'll go, last. So it's like everything. It becomes where it's strategic puzzles. It's sort of like you got to move things around. It's like a Rubik's Cube of knowing, okay, what's going to fit here? What do I need? What can I take away? What don't I actually need? And Commander Green, I'm with you, because I also had that Chrome Cody on pre-order, and I took it off because I had to look at what's more important. Do I need that? The contributing factor is that I already have a Cody. I already have it. So I don't necessarily need the Chrome. It would look nice, but I don't necessarily need it. So I got rid of that. So there were some sacrifices that I had to make. And I'm finding that a lot of people are doing that and prioritizing now. And also it hurts because I'm not just a Star Wars fan. I'm a Marvel fan. I'm also a DC fan. So that's the trouble that I'm in. People who, stick to just one particular IP, my hat's off to you, because you have a level of restraint that doesn't exist in me, and I'm trying to get there. Honestly, I'm trying to get there. So because of me, it's also, a puzzle type of, situation where I got to kind of fit things around. Do you guys run into that a lot?
Oh man, it's like, well, and the thing is that I try to stick with an IP, but it's like within that IP, those lines are getting so big that like it's hard to kind of keep that in control too. I mean, I look at it even just with, even if army building is 2 of a figure, I mean, again, that's over $500 shipped on the, 2 clones, probably, pushing 6 with shipping. So that adds up fast. And it's like they've just gone so deep. And even the like the Ahsoka line has Clone Wars figures from the flashbacks, so you need those. So like even that will slowly like kind of pile up too. So I mean it's it's crazy. I don't know how everybody that does collect multiple IPs can even keep up at all. Like it just it blows my mind.
Yeah, I told myself, and this is because, and this is why, like when we talk about the Iron Man figures, I stopped at the gantry. I told myself I was stopping after that, and I'm not going anywhere beyond that. That's why even like the new revealed suit, I was like, nah, I'm not. I'm good. You know what I mean? I is this resistance there for me? I'm not going to do it. DC seems to be the IP that you can sort of like maneuver around in a safe space because they don't really produce a lot. And a lot of what they actually produce are like either 2.0s or whatever. So in most cases, you don't have to worry about that. But Marvel and Star Wars are the tricky spaces. Those are the spaces where, and it's mainly because they are Disney property. And we know that because they're Disney properties, merchandising is one of the biggest points for them as far as revenue and what they get back. You know what I mean? So we're not in the safe zone when it comes to that. And it even got to the point at one, when we were like, yo, I'm even saying that, yo, I'm just a Star Wars fan. So if I'm just staying or sticking within that Star Wars IP, I don't have to worry about it. Commander Green, that's changing.
Yep.
That's changing. Because even if you're basically just a Star Wars collector and you stick within that IP, you got to worry about Ahsoka. You got to worry about the 25th anniversary of Steel Phantom Menace that we're running into. There's the anniversary of Revenge of the Sith.
I'm bracing myself for that one.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like you still got to think about Clone Wars. You got to think about Legends now because they're dipping into Legends. They're doing everything right now, and it does not matter. Like to say that I'm just a Star Wars fan, so I'm safe in that IP. Yep. Are you really?
But even this Vader too. I mean, it's like you look at really any Vader. There's enough of a difference to the people that are like hardcore fans. They're going to see the difference in every costume that he has.
Yep.
And this one is so unique, even compared to the Kenobi one, that it gives you something else with that cape, and and kind of turns it into a statue, not just a figure. So I mean, there's that, and it's like, and people like to be just Darth Vader fans, but I mean, again, if you look at that, it's thousands of dollars just to get those, like alone. Yeah.
And see, Chewy, I love you, bro, and I hate to do this. I know I hate to do this, bro. I hate it, but I have to. I have to kind of mess with you here, bro.
Okay, let's have
it. I gotta mess with you here, bro, because
see, I can relax now. Okay, go
ahead. You can fall back a little bit. Let's pick on Chewy now, bro. Bro, like after seeing the movie, now mind you, everybody out there, we're still spoiler free. We're not spoiling anything at all. This is a spoiler safe zone. We're not spoiling anything until tomorrow. But it's a spoiler safe zone, so we're not going to spoil anything for you. But Chewy, bro, for a fact that they are going to go in on this line.
Yep.
And
we know what's coming.
Yeah.
So Deadpool is the new clone, new Iron Man kind of thing.
Yo.
Or that line.
Green,
right?
Green, brace yourself, bro. You don't understand. Like they're about to go strong. Yo.
It's one of those things where like I used to just be a one IP guy. I used to just be OT, and that was it.
Yep. And
then they stopped making a lot of OT stuff, and then there was nothing new coming out. So then I kind of branched off, and I thought, oh well, the Spider-Man looks cool. I'll get that. And that's how they get you.
That's how they get you, bro. All it takes is one.
It only takes one, and then suddenly you're falling down that rabbit hole, and here we are now with I'm probably gonna end up with like 150 Deadpools.
And you can't forget this. I'm sorry, you can't forget this either.
Oh yeah, I got it. I got that one ready to go.
You can't forget this one either, bro. Like, yeah, bro,
It's,
bro. And then I gotta keep digging. Then you look at this, bro. You look at this right here.
Yeah.
And you know what? And I was thinking about this when we were talking yesterday, bro. You know what would have actually made this it probably a tad bit easier for you? If the movie was trash. The movie wasn't trash.
If it had been a garbage fire,
yeah,
I would have been. I'm safe.
Yeah, I'm safe.
I'll get Wolverine because he's finally got the mask on and the yellow suit, so I'll get that. I'll get a Deadpool, and we'll call it done.
Yeah,
but like you said, the movie was not
trash. Hook, line, and sinker is what you're saying, right?
Yeah, it wasn't trash.
They got you.
It wasn't trash by any means. It was entertaining. I'll say, okay, one spoiler that's not a spoiler. I never thought I would laugh so hard at the phrase "baby knife," bro. Bro. Every time it was said, I laughed my ass off. I couldn't stop. I wanted to hear it more, bro. It was just fucking funny. It was. But, bro, Toy was wondering why I kept laughing so hard. I was like, do you not hear him in the middle of this most inopportune situation say it? And it was fucking funny. Fucking Ryan Reynolds, bro.
I had said to myself, even before I saw the movie, but I knew kind of had an idea what they were maybe going to put out or preparing myself for all the different things they could do.
Yeah.
Because we knew there was going to be all these cameos and everything else.
Yeah.
I was not going to get Lady Deadpool. I'm getting Lady Deadpool. Lady Deadpool is coming home. I mean,
bro. Yeah.
And the thing is because I have a low key crush on Blake Lively. So I mean, there's that. And Heather wants me to get the shirtless Wolverine.
Right, bro.
You all have your reasons, see?
Yeah.
It's an
That's
equal
good.
opportunity type of situation,
right?
man, for real.
But
It's like you both get a hall pass. That's nice. I like that.
There you go.
Yeah. And for anybody who thinks this is a spoiler, it's already been revealed. They came out talked about that yesterday all day. She even talked about it yesterday. It was fucking and on top of that, they all showed up at
she showed up at the red carpet wearing the outfit.
Yeah. And yeah. So it was definitely insane. But this is what I'm saying, like into this particular line. And I do want to bring this up because we're talking about this. You're gonna see some familiar things here. Sorry.
Are you going to be bringing up the armorized Deadpool? I was just curious. I'm asking
not
for a friend of mine.
I'm not getting that thing, bro. I'm not.
My friend's sleeping right now, and he wanted me to ask you.
I'm not. It's not gonna happen. But I want to bring this up and remind people this is what you're looking at. This is basically the RSVP list. You have that Predator 6-scale figure. You have Lady Deadpool, and you have the special edition 6-scale figure, the special edition version of it, Jar Jar Binks, right? So we got to think about that because we're going to start talking about that as well. You have the Clone Commander 6-scale there. You have Kidpool. You have Batman and Robin. That's there. You have that Hulkbuster. That's there. You have the Terminator 6-scale figure here as well. So you have two. You have the Predator from Classic, and you have Terminator. You have Chewbacca from Empire, with the, again, OT, You have Iron Man as well, that's going to be dropping. You have that, the Artisan Iron Spider. Commander Green, you see here the Utapau Clone Trooper and Harkins.
Yeah.
And you're not going to avoid those. You're not. You're not.
I can't even make jokes about it, like, and say that I'm not. Like, it's have to take my clone card away. Yep.
Yeah, you're not. You're known.
CT would hate me.
Right? You're the yeah, you're known for that. So that's definitely not gonna happen. The bane of my existence right now is this artisan widow. I need that. I need that so bad, and I cannot wait. And for people who didn't want to get the inart Joker, you know, and you know, having to sacrifice to get more than, you know, just to get, you know, the pack instead of just one, you can actually go for this particular version, depending on if this is what you want. So we're looking at a lot that is going on right now, and keep this in mind, they're not done. They're not done. No. They are not done by any means. They are not done. So I want to bring this up here because this was also that was leaked. So you see this, right? DXAE Darkseid Anakin. This is definitely going to be an artisan version. There's some, not all, now this is a grain of salt, but this is what they're basically saying we could see. Samurai Deadpool. For the Terminator, the Grievous was already revealed. They thought it was going to be Old Man Logan, but it was not. It was the shirtless Logan. We have Superman, Airborne Trooper, which we've just seen, and Han Thor, which they've shown. So grain of salt.
Airborne Trooper might actually be wrong too, because like they named that one the Utapau, but it's actually a 501st.
Yeah, exactly.
So it has the wrong name. So this might be just like a mistype on their
mistype. Yep.
Or something. Yeah.
Yep. It definitely might be. So again, I say this specifically because fuck saying the storm is coming. We are in a blizzard right now. We are in
visibility.
It's zero visibility. I got to give a shout out to Morning Light Mountain $20 super bomb. Thank you very much for this. As a collector, we should remove the word need from our vocabulary. We're referring to collectibles. There are all wants. I believe it would remove. I believe it would remove some of the pressure. You are 100% right.
Yep.
You are 100% right. You are 100% right. You are 100% right. We got my lady in here who, again, she suffers through my peril with me. We got my Lady Deadpool, Latoya T, in the building. I might make her dress up as Deadpool, Lady Deadpool too. I'm straight up. I might make her do it. I might make her do it. But definitely, I have her in here. Thank you for being here, baby, as well. And congrats again. On the, you know, again, I made that announcement yesterday. Congrats on the new position. I know it's something that she's been wanting, and to see her happy, it overwhelms me. It just makes me so happy when I know it's something that she really, really wants and she gets it because she deserves it. But yeah, I best believe. Here we go. We got Beskar in here, so you know he's going big. Pretty sure that DS Anakin is battle damage Vader we just got. You think so? Okay. Maybe you're taking the pressure off, bro. I hope that's just it because if we do get a Darkseid Anakin, I'm just saying it might be.
See, but this list right here, this is why we need this therapy too, and have people that can talk us out of it, because it's like it's like the Black Widow. I have no other MCU figures, but that is amazing. So why do I want to get it? Like, I mean, obviously why? Because it's like perfect, but I mean, it's like that's the thing. We need people to like talk us off of that ledge, because it's like once you start down that road, then you're just gonna what about the next one? So you can't stop yourself. You need people to help.
And that's the thing. The process of all of this is we have this community where we can best practices, because I might have a way of doing things that may be effective. You might have something, but then you can also, it's always the power of words, and people out there who have the same and share the experiences will say, well, look, let's really think about it. Do you necessarily need it? Like, is it something that you actually need? This Lady Deadpool I'm going to need. I know that for a fucking fact I'm going to need it, especially because I've wanted a Lady Deadpool for the longest time, ever since it was the third-party version was released. Lou got it. There was a few people that actually have it in hand. I think S-Beam, if I'm right. I wonder if S-Beam has it. Somebody else actually has it as well. That has it. And I'm like, yo, I wanted it so bad. So now to be able to get one in hand, I'm like, yes. Because as a comic collector, I love the A-Force. I want to create my own version of the A-Force, and this would definitely make sense to me. But Ace Green, like, bro, you're right. You're absolutely right. That Widow,
It's
bro,
perfect. It
bro.
literally right now at this point it's yeah.
You look at this.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, this artisan version, and I love the simple fact that we're getting like a total of 6,000 available pieces. So that's, you know, ups the chances of us being able to get it if we're in the queue. And God, you already know I'm gonna be in that queue. I will be there. I'm
It'll
gonna
be the
there.
easier. It'll probably be the easier out of what we've had so far, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah. Because I definitely got to have this in my collection. Iron Man 2, even though there's people that don't like it, I fucking love that film.
I think that's a great one. I liked Iron Man too.
I love that fucking film, bro. I have both the Mark 1 War Machine. I have you know, and that again, I'll have that Mark 6 with the gantry once that actually arrives. I'll have that as well. Man, like this, yeah. It was definitely a no-brainer for me to get this. And I think this will also have the soft goods around the ankles with the boots. So you'll have that pivot. Again, it's innovation with the base itself. You know, where you get that
sculpt
magnetic.
too.
Yeah,
Damn.
look at that, bro. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Wool implants. You get the separate eye rolling technology with the purrs. Bro, come on, man. Like, come on. Like, it is what it is. And here's the thing: there's certain things that I don't necessarily have to worry about. You know, when it comes to like the figures that I want, because Beskar Kid was gracious enough to say that, look, I got you in that Vader. He's like, bro, I got you in that Vader. Don't worry about it. That's one thing you ain't got to worry about. I told you I got you. I owe you, so I'm gonna take care of you. So Beskar, thank you very much. I just wanted to put out there, Beskar, if you're listening, thank you for this Vader, bro. I appreciate that. That's what friends are for.
And he'll get it for you day one.
Yeah, he'll get it from me day one. He
Yep.
said he's going to actually get it from Tim Cent. It's a Timmy Cent. So, you know, he said, Joe, I got you on that Timmy Cent, bro. So, Beskar, appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much for that. He's probably like, lies. Board gullet.
Deception.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, man. See? Yeah, but yeah, definitely, man. He's a
There we go. There we go.
Yeah. But no, I mean, nah, it's crazy that we sort of kind of have to. I think we got to talk, sort of like try to talk ourselves out of these things, man. But where is this like sensory overload when we? Is it a? One thing I don't have to worry about is this one right here, and I want to pull this up here because I don't have to worry about this. This is one I wasn't going after, and that's this. I don't know if anybody else is going after the Artisan Iron Spider, but I'm not, because again, it was the most leaked like, and I pull this up to say this: don't fall for stick to your guns, because I use this as an example. I've never had this suit. I've never had a need for this particular suit. My Spidey collection, when it comes to the MCU, stopped at the red and blue suit that I got. And that's the one that I wanted from No Way Home. And I'm happy with that. This I don't necessarily need. Yes, the head sculpt is on point. Yes, the artisan version wool hair, it looks good, but I don't need it. Do I have to get this just because everybody else is getting it? No. And I say that because, again, don't fall for the hype. That's the big, do not fall for the hype. If you don't want it, if you had no intentions on getting it, don't get it because it's the most popular thing at that point. And if you're doing it just basically to use it as a tool to get something else, in most cases, sometimes you'll be disappointed. So you have to really err on that side of caution. What do you guys think?
My Spider-Man collection at this point is the red and blue. I've got the Hano black suit coming.
Yeah.
And the VGM black suit coming, and the VGM classic suit. And that's it. That's all the Spider-Man that I've got, and that's all the ones that I want. I had initially planned on getting the Tobey Maguire and the Andrew Garfield, and I had a plan for doing the No Way Home thing with the three of them jumping together.
Yeah.
But then I just kind of thought, I mean, that's fun, but it's kind of a moment in time, and I don't know if I'm gonna want to keep that long term, or if that's just gonna be something that I want to have because maybe one day someone will be willing to give me stupid money for it. But
Mhm.
and that's the other thing that you fall into a trap with is this is not a hobby for speculators.
Yeah.
This is not something you're not going to make money. Like if your intention in collecting 6-scale figures is because you want to flip it one day, for another figure, or even to make a lot of money, because people see that crosshair going for $1,000 right now. People see the Han Solo, the New Hope Han Solo and Chewie 2-pack going for like $1,500.
Yeah.
Like it's the prices for some of them are crazy, but the thing is that's not that's the exception. That's not the rule.
Yeah.
And you can't count on that.
Yeah.
And that happens. It's like a shooting star, right? Like you never know. People throw that term grail around a lot, and how many actual grails are there if you really think about it? It's not, because since you can get these figures from other places besides Sideshow now, so you're not tied to the whole thing of, it's gone waitlist, it's sold out, so that I'll never get it now. Like you can actually find these things in other places. They're not as hard to get as you think they are. And then when it's like 1,700 grails. But like that's the thing, and I rambled on there and I forgot your question.
No, I mean you basically made sense. You were right there, bro.
Yeah,
you were definitely right there.
Okay, but yeah, like so. I mean, for me, when it comes to need versus want, and it comes to what I think I'm going to do with something, if I'm getting a figure that I think I'm only going to get because I'm probably going to have it for a couple of years and then try and sell it, then I'm not going to get it. Then I just don't see the need to have it in a collection.
That's my point. Like the things that I basically collect and I have in my collection are with an intent, because it's everything is for me, like I have the Valkyrie from Thor Love and Thunder. I have the Mighty Thor coming. Now the Thor figure somehow magically showed up at my house. I had no intentions on getting that, but I have it, so I'll settle with it.
Gore almost got there.
Yeah, right. Gore almost got here, right? But I definitely had no intentions on getting Gore at all. But I collect with the intent, because again, I'm a Marvel fan, I'm an Avenger fan, and I like creating teams. I have three different teams going on here right now that I've created in a display. And it just, again, it's the vision. It's what I have, and everything that I have in my collection. I don't sell figures. The only time I'll actually sell figures is if I have 2 of one and I don't need the secondary, right? Most of the time, the figures that I actually have around Christmas time, I'll donate. I'll take them to basically one of our children's cancer research centers and just give it to the kids. You know what I mean? I'll just do that because I think it's going into a well-deserved space, and it just makes me feel good. Not to basically it doesn't make me, for me, and I'm not saying that anybody is wrong, because sometimes if you can basically sell off the figure and it makes space for you to actually get something else that's with intent, that's perfectly fine. Nothing against people who do that. My thing is for people who say that, you're going to actually get a figure that you didn't really want, but you got it. And maybe somebody else might've been in the queue and wanted that same piece, right? And they weren't able to get it, but you got it just to sell it off at a higher price. Those are the people that I'm talking about. I'm like, what are you really, really in this for? And it's no shade, but at the same time, really, really think about that. You know what I mean? This is why I say, if there's a figure that you really don't want, don't collect it. Give somebody else a chance to get it, and just don't fall for the hype if it's just something that you that you won't or don't want to have in your collection. You know what I mean? You're saving yourself the grief, money at the same time. Just don't do it. You know what I mean? 100%. Green, how do you prioritize? How are you prioritizing your collection at the moment?
I mean, and really outside of Star Wars, the only thing that I have is Gwen and Miles, and I got the classic suit Spidey because I mean that to me kind of almost goes back to the TV show for me, like back in the day, and you know through that classic iteration of him that I like to have in my it's kind of my stand-in for Peter B,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
in
yeah.
that display. So like for me that part's fine. I want obviously like the stuff from Across the Spider-Verse, but I'm probably not going to end up picking any of that up. Now if I see it in a store, like in my local
Yeah.
shop or something, I might get tempted by it. But it's like with the the wait list and that secondary market driving prices, it's like at that point, who's going to have it?
Mhm.
So yeah, that's the big thing for me. And it's like, and like you're all talking about grails too. I think it's like grails isn't like a monetary value anymore. Like at least for me, it's just about something I want, like a personal grail is the way I've always kind of looked at them too. So
Yeah, yeah.
like that Dooku, like I mean, I spent probably $125 more than I should have,
Mhm.
but it's like I'm the peace of mind that I have now that I have it.
Yeah,
It was worth every penny.
yeah.
So
That's the way I felt about. I think that when it comes to Star Wars figures, um, the one actually no, I'll put it to you this way. That's why it's good to have beautiful friends such as Ian, my guy Ian.
oh yeah, your
He
Luke, right?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, showed up at New York. I mean, at the Star Wars celebration in London,
Mm-hmm.
and he blessed me with that Farm Boy Luke that he knew I didn't have in my collection.
That's awesome.
And he blessed me with it. So I was like, yo, that's that's amazing. Him and others have done the same thing. But I think one of the Grail pieces that I have in my collection that I actually spent the most for was Hella, and I got that for like 600. And but I knew I wanted that figure. You know what I mean? It was something I needed to have in my collection. I got it, and I felt good about it. But it was a Grail to me. It was a Grail piece that I wanted that I couldn't find. I wanted to get that Yondu, but that shit was going for like 1,200 at the time. I was like, nope, I'm good.
No, yeah.
I'm good. I'm never going beyond that. I was like, I'm good. I'm straight. But when we talk about Grails, right? We would be remiss to think about or think that these wouldn't show up on that list
No.
eventually.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? Everybody, and here's the thing. I'm so happy. I'm so fucking happy that Jar Jar is going to get his just due.
Mm.
I'm so happy that Jar Jar is getting, because people shitted on that damn character for the longest time, but now you see an influx of individuals. Yeah, right. On Ahmed Best, they did, but now you see an influx of individuals who are like, "Yo, I want this figure now. Like, I want it."
Yep.
And, yeah. And so people are happy that this is teased that we'll possibly get it, and also that we're going to get Chewie, from Empire. That looks good. So there's no doubt in my mind that these won't be listed or looked at as Grail pieces eventually. But it's just a simple fact that now we again. Do you guys think that they should have like spread this shit out some? Like what I mean by is like, okay, we know we got New York Comic Con, right?
Mm-hmm.
Focus on, all right, maybe Marvel, whatever else for New York right now. Give us Star Wars after, like at least so we can prioritize a certain way. Do you think that they could have done that or should? Now here's the thing. I say that because that's wishful thinking for me. Hot Toys is gonna do what the fuck they want because it's a business, and I'm cool with that. I'm like, all right, it is what it is. But I'm just saying, my advice to them, hopefully, is that spread this shit out, like make some space, for it. But again, it's Chewie, and by name. By name. I already know you're not gonna pass this up to get that Chewie, bro.
Nope. That is one of those ones that and there have been 2 or 3 in the last I'd say in the last couple of years. This is one of those ones that when it is up, I'm just gonna pay for it all.
Yeah.
Pay it off and just in one shot and wait till it gets
yeah.
because we've been talking about this figure for what? years
Oh,
now.
wow,
To
years.
have
now.
that one
Yeah.
with the broken up C3PO and the net bag, and here it is.
Right here.
Since
Here
I
it is.
started
So-
in 2019, I've heard it. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's been talked about for so long because people have wanted it for so long.
Yeah.
And honestly, seeing this one, and granted, I thought this when they originally released Lando as well, but now seeing this even more so, I know that Bespin Han is coming.
Yeah.
It's coming. It's just
It has to. It has to.
He's the only thing. It's funny, from Empire Strikes Back, we've had, this is the first Chewie from Empire now. We've had 2 Leias,
Yep.
2 Lukes, 2 Lukes, a Lando Calrissian. I don't know if we've got anything else.
We have Chewie, Landos, or well, you can say 3PO, but I mean, because he can go with pretty much any IP, even though we know that's for revenge.
3PO you can put with anywhere.
But we know that's for Return of the Jedi.
Yeah,
That's the Return of the, but you can put him anywhere. Like he can go anywhere. And we also have the Clone Wars R2 that was released. I mean, Attack of the Clones R2 that was released. You can still use that R2 anywhere.
That's what I do. I don't have the New Hope R2. I have the Clone Wars the Attack of the Clones R2, and I just it's just right there.
Yeah. See, I got the sideshow version of R2 when that was released. That was the Empire. I'm sorry, the Return of the Jedi. 3PO on the sail barge. Yeah, from the sail barge itself. So I got that one, but then I also got the Attack of the Clones version as well. Shout out to my man Ray over there at Hawk Wars Toys for that as well. For blessing me with that when I needed it. So yeah, like, and now I even think that because of this and people see this, they're going to be going after that Lando like crazy, bro.
Everyone's going to have that same pose set up where he's
yep, with him choking. Yep, everybody is going after that.
That's what I was going to do now.
Yep, yeah, because it makes the most sense. Like it really does.
The only thing that I was never 100% certain of with the Empire thing, or with Empire in general, with the figures they released, is we got Lando, we never got a Lobot, which that annoyed me. I wanted Lobot.
Yeah.
And
so bad. Yeah.
You know, we got everything else, but Hot Toys never did the Han in Carbonite.
No, they didn't. I have the one that I have is from Sideshow.
That's the one I have too. Yeah.
Yeah, I got that one. I won that one thanks to shout out to Susan. Yeah, shout out to Susan. Nice. I actually won that one at the booth, at the Sideshow booth.
Oh wow, that's
in New York Comic Con. Yeah, nice. I mean, yeah, New York Comic Con. I actually won that because I walked up to. So this was probably the third or the second time before we got really, because we had gotten really close after that, became friends, and we had been cool ever since. But it was, you know, I saw her again there and she was like, "Oh, are you back?" And then after that, you know, we talked and she handed me this voucher. I didn't know what it was for. And then it ended up, it was a golden ticket at that time. Awesome. And the ticket I got was to win that one. So yeah, that was it. But
very cool.
Yeah. So I got that there, but that's the one I have. And honestly, it's a beautiful piece, bro.
It's great. I love it. I actually went and picked up, those fake batteries.
Yeah.
That you can put in and then you plug it in the wall.
Yeah.
So mine's lit all the time. I don't know if you can see the green light. Wait.
Yeah, right. I see it. Yeah.
It's over there.
Yeah, right.
I think it's getting reissued again too.
It is.
Yeah, I saw that.
It is. Yeah. They are reissuing it.
And it's
something that's getting reissued.
Expensive too.
Yeah,
over 300, I think.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, Brandel, it was. It was definitely super fun when they were at Comic-Con, and they're not doing any cons anymore. Now I think no, they're not. Hot Toys. Yeah. So they're doing their own show. Now Hot Toys is basically they'll be doing the Star Wars Celebration in Japan. So they'll be there. So just be prepared because I'll be there and I'm going to actually do a full fucking live stream from their booth just to kind of show off what's going on.
When is that?
That's I think that's next May or April. I believe April. I believe is when Japan's celebration is going to be going on. So I'll definitely be there. But then you have, stuff like this for a lot of Predator fans.
Yeah.
Dockinator, Booty King in the building. Who I know he's going to get this. It's a no-brainer. Dockinator's getting this.
That button's not even ready to click, and he's already clicking it.
It's a day one. Yeah. It's a day one for Doc. I already know Doc.
No doubt.
Doc,
and Maz.
Yeah, Doc and Maz, right? As soon as I saw this, I was like, yeah, I already know.
He's throwing money at the screen right now.
Yep. Mm-hmm. It's like I went to click this to send this to him, and he had already sent it to me. I was like, yo, Doc knew it was. This look how beautiful this looks, bro.
That looks so good. I love the steps too.
For me,
the steps on the bottom.
Sorry.
Yeah. Oh no, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say for me, and it's like even again a prequels fan and collector too. Like this can go in your Revenge of the Sith display, and you can have him with Yoda and my sideshow Commander Grease. So
yeah, and and here's the thing too, Green, they're going to release Commander Green soon.
Oh yeah,
I hope. Yeah,
they are. I
think all the commanders would next year. Yeah.
All the commanders are coming, bro. For ooh, damn. I'm sorry, Green. Oh shit. Oh shit. I'm so sorry. We're gonna need to do a therapy for a few days for you, bro. For real. Because literally, like if we're talking about Revenge of the Sith, bro, and that is going to be the focal point of Celebration.
Yeah.
Ooh, Green, bro.
And all the Jedi that could come with that, like, it's just
it's over. It's over. Like it's going to be crazy. Like it literally is. And I say that I'm laughing, but I'm in the same boat. I'm laughing at you, but I'm definitely in the same boat. Oh, damn. Sorry about that, Chewy.
Yeah. I RSVP'd for this.
Yeah.
I don't know for sure if I'm going to get him yet. I probably will, but I definitely want to see what the RSVP comes up. And
because people, when they see the movie, they'll understand.
Yeah,
I'm not going to say anything else other than that, but you see the movie, you'll understand. Like, you'll definitely understand.
Plus, this everybody keeps saying it's a young Anakin body just waiting to be made. So
yes. Yeah. This right here was a tease because I'm telling you, they have to give us a young Anakin. And I would love to have young Anakin with his pod racer. I would love to have that. That would be incredible. That would
even just the cockpit.
Yeah, just the cockpit would be incredible. Just to have that. That would be phenomenal. That Jar Jar in front of it. That would be incredible.
Oh, yeah.
that would be incredible. Now, this right here, I know, again, when we're talking about this, and this is therapeutic for a lot of people that have the original, sometimes, and they probably won't go for this. They'll probably say, you know what, I don't need this piece. Like, I don't. But then it's a 2.0, and if they've upgraded like the pleather to leather, where there's no peeling issues, if they've, modified the sculpt a little bit. I was talking to Jay. Jay said that it looks to be a 2.0.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, again, it's that, and let's talk about that really quick. And I want to kind of jump into that. And I want to ask people out there as well. Do you sacrifice getting rid of what you have if you already have it, and because they've basically created a 2.0 version of it, do you sacrifice that piece by selling it off and getting rid of it, or to get the updated? Or is that something that is also to drop? Because here's the thing, like I say that specifically because we know when they do these 2.0s, they tend to charge more than what you probably originally paid for it. So at that point, you try to sell off the version that you have, right? Which you could take a loss. So you end up maybe selling it off for less than what you paid for it, to use that to buy the 2.0 version that was more than what you paid for the original.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You see how that works?
Yep.
So do and I want to, Randall, I'm going to use you. I want to use what you just now said. Don't always need the 2.0s. Do we need 2.0s or do we don't? I mean, are 2.0s avoidable or are they a must have? What would y'all think?
It depends on how old the 1.0 is.
Yeah.
Like if you've got, like I don't have this one. I didn't collect any Terminator stuff, but I would, but I don't. I don't know. So this one I don't know specifically, but from my own experience, the Raiders of the Lost Ark Indiana Jones that they did, when it was the first one and only Indiana Jones figure that they had 6 scale, looking back at it now, it's not aged well. It looks really bad.
Yeah.
If they were to 2.0 that's a 2.0. I would say, yes, this was a good idea.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's some that there's no real discernible change from the 1.0 to the 2.0. So
yeah,
you kind of go, well, what was the point? Just to grab more cash or, to make more money. And then if you've already got the first one, you keep it. But
this is true.
Like it just depends on the age of the original version. If it's really old and needs an update, then that's fine. But yeah, and if there's a significant improvements to it, a better sculpt, a better soft goods, better body, all those kinds of things.
Yeah.
Not everything. Yeah. Collectible Chats is right. Not everything needs a 2.0. Some figures are great as they are.
Like they're just great the way they're positioned. Like for instance, and I say this because I'm looking at my, my Qui-Gon. And I'm saying to myself in my head, I'm like, all right, he works for what I need him for. So I'm fine. But if they release an artisan version of him with an updated sculpt, with their purrs rolling eyes, you damn well know I'm going to get that shit. But if I try to sell this version off, I'm going to take a loss.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because you can still get him readily right now for a decent price.
For decent, yeah.
You know what I mean? You can still do that. So me selling off this figure is, do I risk doing that or do I keep it and just make the sacrifice at getting the 2.0, at this point? Because we already know what happens is, and this is the hard part. And I guess because I don't sell a lot, so I don't exist in that space, is that my thinking is when they make the announcement for the 2.0, I'm not just the only person seeing that. Everybody sees it. So trying to sell this off would be a tad bit harder for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because in my mind, I'm thinking like, oh, yeah, I have this available. And I could just hear a whole bunch of people. Not a chance, bro. Not a chance. You know what I mean? It's different for like, Commander Green. When we're talking about clones, you can sell clones. You can sell clones.
Yeah.
Like if they, literally, an Umbra Trooper is going for an obscene amount of money right now. Motherfuckers still want those Umbra Troopers. Still want it. So you can sell a clone. You know what I mean? But it's, again, different figures. It just mainly depends. It's a tough one to call when it comes to 2.0s and where that sits and whether or not, I don't know.
And a lot of people need to be careful too, because it's like I heard a lot of people already starting to sell their older, versions of whatever figures, whether it's this or the like the Chewy, and it's like they haven't even technically gone up for pre-order yet. They're only being teased as an RSVP, and it's like I wouldn't even take the chance until you see that pre-order go up.
Yeah,
because it's like that could sit in that purgatory for 2, 3, 4 years, and
exactly,
and then there you are, you sold your grail maybe,
and may not get another one.
And they showed the Chewy from Solo. That never.
No, that's
and I wanted that one.
I love that movie.
Yeah, so do I.
I fucking love that movie, bro.
Solo was great.
I wanted it, bro. I wanted those the troopers. What was it? The snow troopers that were on the train.
Range troopers.
The range troopers. I wanted those so bad, bro.
The Mimbin mud troopers. Yeah.
The Mimbin mud. I wanted those. I actually ended up not the only. So the only thing that I was able to get, the 2 figures that I were able to get from Solo, because it's motherfuckers talk about that. That film was excellent to me. I loved it. It was an excellent fucking film.
Yeah.
And the only 2 figures that I was able to get was Young Han and the Patrol Trooper.
Yeah,
that was
that's
it.
the ones I have too.
That was the only thing I was able to get at that point. And I got the deluxe Han, so that was mainly it. I wanted them to release more. Damn, if they would have did a Kira, I would have been all in on that.
God.
They didn't do it.
Lando.
And Lando, they should have did a young Donald
Beckett.
Glover as Lando.
Beckett all day. Val.
Beckett, yeah, bro. And what was it, Proxima? They
Lady Proxima.
Yeah, they didn't do that. I was like, get the fuck, why?
And Rio would have been amazing.
Yes.
Oh
yes.
yeah, that's right. I forgot about it. Yeah.
Would have been dope.
It's funny. I think Hot Toys, they like, I know obviously Howard is a big Star Wars fan. I think that's pretty obvious, but they really do tend to shy away from going deep or doing things that are based on a property that wasn't successful.
Yeah.
And then they just sort of they'll do maybe 1 or 2 things and they'll back off and they won't address it anymore after that. And I mean, for me, yet Ahsoka has one of the deepest lines ever. So I don't, and sadly, not a lot of people watched Ahsoka.
Not a lot of people really watched it, but again, they're betting on that. They're just betting on. But again, you have, honestly, a rich IP that I thought would solo because every figure that they released from it sold out quick.
Yeah.
Like it went. The Mud Trooper went quick. That solo went quick. You know what I mean? So there was an opportunity there, but they definitely didn't take advantage of it. Like I thought they should have.
I remember being on a stream, and I don't know if you all followed Josh Pence and Cincy Nerd.
Yeah.
Those guys. And I remember watching one of the streams and them deciding, let's look at Hot Toys or whatever, and it's like waitlisted was the Mud Trooper, and so the whole stream was them trying to go to other sites and try to find that Mud Trooper. It was hysterical, and they're like, okay, I got it secured. Like everybody was like freaking out.
Everybody was freaking out trying to basically find it. So
but that happened fast, and everybody
you could get the Mud Trooper if you mean the one that was Han with the. Is that the one you're talking about? Yeah. Because if you just put the helmet on, it's just a Mud Trooper.
Yeah. Exactly. All you got to do is exactly. But I just there's definitely selective about those particular pieces. Who knows what they can do? Like, I mean, don't get me started with Rogue One. I mean, Baze, that was a missed fire on them.
That line confuses me so much. That movie was a smash hit.
Yep.
Why didn't? And they only made 3 figures out of it.
They made we got Chirrut Imwe. We got of course K2SO, Jyn Erso, and we got Krennic.
Yeah.
We got Krennic.
So 4.
And well, you can almost so this is it's crazy to say this, but you can almost say that we actually got 6 figures from it. You can almost say it. And the reason why I say this is because around the time that Rogue One came out was when we got the Vader and Tarkin 2-pack.
Oh, right. Well, there was a Rogue One Vader, though, too, wasn't there?
It seemed like it.
I think there was. Rogue One Vader, that's right.
It was the Rogue One Vader, but then they also packaged it in with the 2-pack.
Because he was it was the same outfit as a New Hope.
Exactly. So you might as well say that somewhat we got around 6 figures from that line. And I think also because we did also get the Imperial Stormtrooper. It was the Patrol Trooper that we actually got from
Jeddah.
The Jeddah Patrol Trooper, So we did get
the troopers.
Yeah, and it's Shore Trooper. So we got and the Dark Trooper. Right. So we got like we got a few. We got a few, but we just didn't. Out of all of them, we didn't get Baze.
We didn't get Baze. We didn't get Andor.
We didn't get Cassian Andor.
We didn't get Saw Gerrera.
Mon Mothma. We definitely didn't get
Bodhi Rook.
I would have loved it if we had gotten that one character in Saw Gerrera's group, 2 Tubes.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
I loved that guy.
Yeah. 2 tubes. If we would have got 2 tubes, I'd have been all in on that.
Yeah.
And he showed up in some other places too, at least the species, like that alien has been in animated. It's been it's been around.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, Man, we got the movie canon in here. What's going on with you, brother? Shout out to the movie canon, who just let me know. I think he sent me a message. He says, "Yo, Leo, can you let everybody know that the movie canon is releasing an exclusive card only for Comic-Con this year? So the movie canon is releasing the movie canon exclusive card where you will be able to pre-order no NRD on me." He gonna be like, wait, what? He's like, I just came in to watch. Don't probably throw me under the bus.
Well, I would like to say thank you, movie canon.
Heck
yeah. He's probably like, yo, what you talking about, bro? But no, honestly, bro, like, yeah, there were misses. But again, like I said, it just felt good back then when we were getting those particular figures. But at least we were able to prioritize better. I think once the pandemic hit and we started getting a lot of those streaming properties, that's when it hurt. I want to bring this up here really quick too, because we know that InArt basically released their version of the Joaquin Phoenix Joker, but then we have Hot Toys, that actually did the same. Now, I asked this for a particular reason here, because this also falls into this category. How impatient are we as collectors? Because was it a level up impatient, or was it just the sense of the unknown, not knowing whether or not Hot Toys would do something like this? Because they weren't. And I think one of the biggest things that they didn't want to tackle was the simple fact that the theme of this movie, it dealt with a lot of, violence, but then also mental instability. And so they didn't want to jump into this line. But then it also took a company like InArt to release it, and they saw that everybody was going after it, and then they just was like, okay, we got to jump in. However, though, I will say this. Apparently, this is listed as Joker 2. You know what I mean? Like, it's supposed to be listed as, or what they're saying, that this is basically from the new film.
Oh, really?
This is what they're basically saying, is that they want to throw this under the new film instead of what we had before. So they're jumping in on the fray earlier, from what I'm hearing. Now, my question is, and the reason why I ask, are we impatient, is because a lot of people jumped on board, with the InArt version, paying, that amount of money for that. And here we are getting this. Do you think there's a level of regret, or are people really cool with their purchase? Because I know a lot of people they'll say that the InArt version is still the superior piece. But cost-wise, I know there's a lot of people said, you know what, this is the one I want. And I see S-Beam out there too, because S-Beam, he's the one who pre-ordered the InArt version. He's cool with that. And I'm like, all right, that's because I still think that's a superior piece. Cost-wise, though, I think people would go for this because they're getting the figure that they want, and people just wanted this look. So do you think, and I'm using this as an example, not just for this, but for anything, do you think that sometimes we jump the gun on pieces without waiting to see what, others will do? And if we can get it at a cheaper rate, do you think that that's basically an inner thing in us to basically do it? Just to jump the gun all the time? Even with these pre-orders, we see it, we want something, oh, I'm doing it right off the way, instead of thinking about it.
I think a lot of the time it's FOMO, right? Like people see something come up, like for instance even this Joker, like the artisan version of this Joker, I think it's 3,000 pieces. Is it 3,000? I think it is. I'm not sure. Something like that. But it's at 3,000 pieces, you're probably I think you have a good shot of getting it. But even if you don't, there's a sculpted version which also looks really good. If you ask me, it looks great. But I think what draws people into something like this is the fact that there's no real connecting other figures. You don't have to get this and then be worried, well, now I've got to get this guy and this guy and this guy and this guy, because it was just the Joker, right? There's no Batman that goes with this.
Yeah.
There's no, there'd be a Harley Quinn, and that kind of comes to your point of people being impatient. Are people going to jump at this, and then in a month there's going to be a Joker and Harley Quinn 2-pack?
Yeah.
You never know. But I don't know. I don't know if it's impatience or if it's just the fear of it becoming popular enough that you end up missing a shot and you don't get it at all.
Okay.
And I think that sometimes can affect people's decision making. It's happened. It's happened to me. I've done that.
Yeah.
But it does tend to make people, I think, unwilling to give it too long before they pull the trigger on it, just because they don't want to not get it at all, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And I think it's like the companies themselves. I mean, they're kind of banking on that. They know they know whether it's hype or just. I mean, again, they watch probably more streams and hear people talk about things more than we know. So it's like they're probably ahead of the game when it comes to certain things that are getting announced. And I mean, it only makes sense. I mean, again, if InArt made or had the Star Wars license, I mean, come on. It's like I'm not even going to deny that I would like jump after things, quick too, if I saw that coming first before a hot toy. So I mean, I would definitely be lying if I said that I wouldn't.
Yeah, that's true. So Kitty Pride, the best X-Men, said it looks like they canceled that Spider-Gwen from Across the Spider-Verse. No longer showing it off. Damn, that's fucked up. Because that would have been one of the easiest figures to produce from that line and one of the most popular. Why would you not do it?
Yep.
Unless they're retooling it. Maybe they're just making a lot of changes.
I don't know, but that doesn't make sense why they would do something like that. That's insane because
the suit was already good. I mean,
the suit, all you had to do is throw chucks on it. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Chucks and repaint and maybe like a different head sculpt and a more matured head sculpt. I don't know. Maybe they didn't want to do it. Also, Kitty Price says John from InArt was on Will Fox's vacation stream last night and answered questions on this Joker. FYI, okay. The Joker has a cheaper mandate and it's retrospectively pushed back. Okay.
Oh.
Hence why this Joker is cheaper. Okay. That answers a lot of questions. That definitely answers a lot of questions there. And it makes sense. And also, thank you for the correction. It's actually labeled from Joker if you look into the About section. Okay. There you go. So they're saying it is like some people said it was from the new film. Some people said it was from, I mean, I guess it can be labeled for both at the end of the day, because you do see this suit in the trailer. So it makes sense. And
it comes with the Murray Franklin show backdrop.
Yeah.
So that kind of sets it in that first movie. Right?
In that first film. And we are going to get a backdrop from the second film as we did see the previews. We just don't know what it's going to be labeled. So, but I mean, again, it's a cheaper option if you want to definitely go against this one. I myself still think that the InArt version is a superior version as far as the sculpt, as far as the look. But this is, if you just wanted this particular figure, this one, then definitely it's going to be the better one. Yep, definitely too late for me on this one from Hot Toys. As far as part 2, though, Hot Toys showed me something before InArt, please. Yeah. I hope they do, because definitely, I mean, I know a lot of people are shitting on Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn, but I think she's going to blow it out of the water.
She's going to be great.
She's going to be fucking phenomenal, and I can't wait to actually see it.
Now, do you think like this one too? It's like they say that Hot Toys was like late to the party on it too. Do you think maybe it could have still been in development and it just got buried in all the stuff that they're doing because they have so many figures?
Possible.
I mean, that's because that's what I was even wondering too. It's like maybe they did have this idea all along, like, or planned, or whatever. But like SBeam said, it's like if you're already putting your money in, definitely like a deposit, you don't want to lose on a bigger amount. It's like nobody's going to just throw money away, so it only makes sense to keep the InArt.
Yeah, definitely. I think, and here's the thing, like I said, when it comes to Hot Toys, if you want to show me something different, if you want to be a step ahead, and I'm going to keep on saying us, give us the Zoe Kravitz Catwoman from Batman, from the back. Give us that version. If you can do that, if you do that before InArt strikes, because it doesn't look like they're going to strike on that, if you can do that, definitely all in.
A wise man once said, "Where is my Dora Milaje?"
Yeah. Robert Meyer, you already know. Shout out to Robert Meyer Burnett on that, man. Definitely. Because that, definitely shout out to him on that one. I think, for us, because we are currently in this space right now, and I think one of the biggest things that, we could take from this is right now, you have to be, as much as you may not want to be, you have to be selective. You have to be smart. You have to really look at your collection and say, look, is this is something, is it, again, it's, is it a necessity, or is it just one of those things where I just want it? A need versus a want. Like I just, you may not necessarily need any of these in your collection. On top of that, do I need to basically pull the trigger on it right away? What's the, am I incentivized to basically do it now? I'm not gonna lie, I pulled the trigger yesterday on that Vader on the deluxe version with it, because again, it's what I wanted. That sculpted cape, that broken helmet, that's Force Unleashed for me. I would have been a fool.
100%. Yeah.
I'd have been a fool to miss out on that, bro. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Do you think
same
it's
thing.
Go the full 21 days?
What'd you say?
You think it's going to go the full 21 days?
I don't know. Well, they're saying it's open for 21 days, but I know that's what people are going to go after. But here's the thing. I say that, but then we know that people will go after the, the collector's edition first. That's true. In most cases. Some people will actually do that. So I don't know. It's definitely a tough space to be in.
Well, the way I look at it, and I know we always make jokes in the whole thing with the armorized Deadpool and stuff like that. And we always joke about, trying to talk people into buying things and stuff like that. But it's cool though that we do have people to pull us back a little bit.
Yeah.
And help us out. I mean, like Jacob too, with comic relief, man. It's like he's helped me out with things that I didn't, that I thought I'd have to chase a little bit too. And, just finding those relationships too, like in the community, that where people help you out. And even Brother Cousin said it the other day on his stream about how, like, he could have easily overcharged somebody for something. He's like, no, just wait. Like, having those like honest people out there too, to not overcharge somebody something just because they can.
Yeah. That's the truth.
That's another thing. So you're not chasing, trying to chase something that you don't need to chase.
Yeah, that's definitely it, bro. I know. And that's the thing, is like, I mean, we're, again, the human condition is always to, we all have a level of addiction, depending. And a lot of people say, I'm not addicted. Yes, you are. You're addicted to something, whether it's food, for me, for me and Toya, we battle it out sometimes, because we're both, again, outside of just collecting. Sneakers in this household is crazy. Like literally, bro. Like this household is crazy when it comes to it. And the thing is, unfortunately, I found myself involved with a teacher / model / fashion designer, you know what I mean, and fashion consultant. So, I don't, I can't get beyond those conversations here in this household. So, I can't tell her you can't get all these shoes when she can come downstairs and look at my collection and be like, well, you can't get all those damn, you know what I mean? Like, it just don't work that way. So,
but listen, man, it's like when I ordered my Dooku, which I told you, I ended up finding that, and it was new, which was part of the reason why I bought it for the price that I did.
Yeah.
And I tried to talk myself out of it probably a half a dozen times. And my wife was the one that came to me and said, she's like, but it makes you happy. Just get it.
And exactly.
I was like, and she's like, you don't do it for all of them, just do it. So when you have somebody to support you like that, it means the world, man.
Yeah, it definitely does. It definitely does. When you have a good, solid support system too. And sometimes even our significant others will talk us down. They'll basically say, look, necessarily, do you need it right now?
When it makes sense.
Or if they know that you actually have such a, they know, when they know that it's something that you hold near and dear, they'll tell you. They'll be like, yeah, I think you should go ahead and get it. If you want it, get it. You've worked this hard to do it. I love when she says, you've worked so hard, why not? And then I'm like, you know what? You damn right. Why not? You know what I mean? Like, why not do it? You know what I mean? Yeah, I feel more comfortable. Or if she jumps in on the chat and if she's inquiring about a certain piece, then I know that there's potential that I can get it. I'm like, all right, cool. I don't have to worry about it. I mean? This, like, for instance, even this, I use this as one of our examples here. DC, they're actually giving us the Batman Returns I myself I'm not interested in the Clooney or the Robin, but that Returns, I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
I that's my Batman. Or you know what I mean? I mean, Michael Keaton is definitely, the 89 and on is basically for me. You know what I mean? So to have the 80, because I already have the 89 on order. I have the modern suit from Flash on order because it's still Michael Keaton. This one right here, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yep.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. But again, I think DC isn't as much of a pressured situation as it would be for Star Wars and Marvel. You know what I mean? That's how it is. Because when we're talking about Star Wars and Marvel, we got to also thinking about the classics, the classic Thor.
That's cool.
You know what I mean? Like the classic, classic suit Thor, classic Thor from, the comics, and, Immortal. Come on, man. Like you already know. Like,
see, now this is supposed to be therapy talking me out of things.
I'm just saying. But here's the thing, right? You see this, and this is the pressure that we deal with. We deal with this shit. But then we have to also know, because here's the thing, and I say this because the Hano Spider-Man is still up for pre-order, right? If I'm right, I think it is.
I don't know.
I think you can still get that one. I haven't
seen it in a while.
Oh, probably.
I think it is. I think it still is up for pre-order. So the Hano line, I think that it's a safe bet that you don't have to basically pre-order day one. Like you can still wait it out until you're able to kind of get some certain things down before you kind of jump in on it. Hano is just, they're jumping in the fray unless it's like an exclusive piece. I don't know if they're going to make this exclusive. I hope they're not dumb enough to do something like that. And I don't think they will. But unless it is an exclusive, that's the only time I think you would have to worry about it. And I think in this particular space, you wouldn't. And you can kind of just err on the side of caution. Just wait. Like certain things, you can just definitely wait it out. You don't have to jump that gun automatically. I'm not.
But that's how you make extra money for your toys, though. That's fine. If you can justify it, it's fine.
Yeah, that Batman and Robin is definitely priority for my collection. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It's going to be a lot for a lot of people. Yep. S Beam is like, I'll take that Clooney Batman. Batman Return, easy day one pick. See, that's what I'm talking about. These are the things. These are the things that we talk about, and that really, yeah.
It's like the 89 Batman to me.
Day one.
What'd you say?
Is that what we were saying earlier about that day one that we always say?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. That's the thing. Here's the thing. I want to round this out by saying this, bro. Be responsible. That's the only thing that we can think about. And we could be doing much worse. I say this, we could be doing much worse. We could be out there doing things. We always say this. We could be doing things that are much worse than this. But sometimes, if you're a strong addiction can make you do things against your better judgment. But then also, like I said, if you have car insurance, if you have all these other things that are more important, err on the side of caution. These things will always be here for us. These things will be here for us. But home is always important. Family is always important. We say these things because it really means a lot. That's what it is. Those things are more important than anything else. So just be smart, be responsible, collect what you love. Don't fall for shit. What I mean for that is that don't fall for what others think. Be more responsible for you. What you get in your collection, what's more important to you. Don't let anybody tell you what you should get and what you shouldn't get. Plain and simple. And we joke around about this shit, but don't let people tell you what you should get. Just really think about it. I even told people to do this yesterday. Write down all the figures that you like if you can. Write down the most important figures that you actually have in your collection. A list of those. You don't have to write down every figure, but the most important figures in your collection. If you write that list down and it's every figure that you have in your collection, if you see that on your list, then it's a safe bet that you're collecting for a particular purpose and you love what you do. If there are certain figures that you write down that aren't on that list, then you got to decide whether or not I need those figures in my collection. Do I need them? Or is it necessarily a need? Then write down everything that you basically see now on pre-order. Is it everything that you want? Do you need these figures? Starting with the ones you want that's most important to the least important. And then start scaling back. Okay, maybe I don't need that. Maybe I can take this one off. Maybe I can take that one off. Then write down a list of figures that we just got and they were just revealed. Most important to the least important. That's what's going to help you.
Yeah.
That's what's definitely going to help you. Because if you see things on the bottom of the list, maybe it's not something that you necessarily need. I will tell you to do that. Because sometimes that does work. And I think it would basically it allow you to make the most. It's a conscious decision to do the right things, save you some money, get the things that you want. Maybe it might put you in a better place. So I'm just saying, be responsible on that. Like that definitely helped me because I realized that what was on my pre-order list, there were certain things I didn't need. So I started scratching those things off. I was like, yeah, I don't need that. I probably just wanted it because, oh yeah, I definitely don't need that. Oh, hell no, I don't need that. Oh, but I need this shit. Oh, this is Stan. This is Stan. This is Stan. And when I did that, I took at least about 7 or 8 figures off my list. Literally.
It's healthy to go through and do a pre-order purge every once in a while.
Yeah.
You do get carried away. I've done it. I think what people have not a problem, but people are afraid, I think in some cases, to do that because they know I just gave away $30 for an NRD that I'm not going to get back now. And then that's what tricks people into thinking, well, I've given them my deposit. I'm just going to keep that figure because if you don't, you just lose the money. But you could lose a lot more if you don't prune every once in a while because otherwise you get carried away.
Hey Commander Green, I can see Rob walking around with a prune stick, just
no, yeah,
just pruning figures, bro. I don't need that shit.
Yeah.
I don't need this shit. Yeah,
it's true. It's true. I did a purge. I recently did a purge, and I did the same thing. I got rid of 7 or 8 pre-orders. My pre-order list is still a little longer than I'd like it to be.
Yeah,
but I'll probably go through it again and do another clearing a little bit, just because now that we know what's coming, I might want to make some room.
Mm-hmm.
There are things I've got on that list.
You have to.
And I looked at it too from a sense like it's like, what if you go to your local shop or you're in one of the groups and you see something that you want that, holy wow, somebody's actually getting rid of that. Like I can't get it because I've got $400 tied up in pre-orders and deposits, so you can look at it that way too.
That's it, bro. That's definitely it. Like when I go through, I'm like, okay, these I most definitely don't need. Nothing that I actually need in my collection. So can I stand to just, take that off the list? Yeah, I could. Yeah, I definitely could because I don't need it.
And it's healthy to do that. It's healthy for your own stress, your own sanity, and you just don't worry about the money anymore after that.
Yeah.
It's not about, oh God, I got to make sure I have this money set aside for these because I know they're going to take orders that are going to come out of there and this is going to happen on this date. And it's like, if you don't have all of them, you don't have to worry about it.
You don't have to worry about it. That's the bottom line. If you don't have all of them, you don't have to worry about it, and you can just move accordingly. So,
and just lean on people in the community too. Like, because like I said, it's like again, we make jokes about it, but it's like sometimes if you don't have that family member to talk to about it, like somebody else can kind of set you on that path of like, just relax, like don't worry about it, don't stress about it, and those conversations help a lot too.
Jay did that for me recently when I was asking him his opinion about whether or not I should chase a Farm Boy Luke and an old Ben and a Leia from a New Hope because I don't have any of those 3. I never have had them.
Yeah.
And the 50th anniversary is coming up in a couple of years.
Exactly.
So you watch 2.0s are coming. You guarantee it.
You might even end up seeing 2.0s earlier than that, bro, because we see that they're doing. What did they do? Like even before we got to the anniversary of, Revenge of the Sith, there's figures that we've gotten so far.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that we've had beforehand. You know what I mean? So they're doing it a lot earlier than what we think. Even before the anniversary, you might actually see a sculpted, a rooted hair Anakin, or I'm sorry, Luke from New Hope, You know what I mean? You might actually see a rooted hair Leia as well. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's definitely possible, bro. Those things will happen.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm not going to go out and spend $800 on.
Yeah, no, don't do that.
No,
don't do that.
I can
don't
wait.
do that. Don't do that. We can. Yeah. No, we definitely don't need to do that. But
we'll have
anyway,
a big group hug first. Don't do.
Yeah,
that.
right.
Yeah.
Right. Definitely, man, definitely. But anyway, guys, thank you for being here. It was a great show. Again, we'll do this again some other time too. We'll do this again. We'll probably can reconvene either at the end of the month or like probably next month sometime, and have another session where we just kind of sit down and talk. We'll probably get some more people up in here. I'm hoping to get Docadator back here. You know, we'll probably have Hoberticus, no Berticus back up in here as well, and have those conversations. But cool. Might get Jacob on, get some people that basically, you know, I can even get Ray, try to get Ray up in here as well, and just get some definitely advice from them, you know, on how they, you know, kind of handle things. But other than that, man, thank you guys, everybody out there, for being here on the show. It's definitely been a good one. I know everybody's going to be looking for your pictures, Commander Green. We always look for that shit all the time. Maybe we'll get you and Mandy on the show one time, and y'all could just kind of piggyback off of each other, tell us some tricks and tips on how y'all do some things like that. That would be phenomenal.
But before we go, I do want to say, while we're still live too, but again, just appreciate all that you do. Obviously, big congrats to you on your milestone with that 5,000 followers. And again, it's like, I honestly don't think I would even be doing as much like with my photography if it wasn't for what you all do, like with Figure Effects Friday. It kind of gave me,
thank you, bro.
It gave me like that platform to kind of motivate me when I kind of didn't care like at that time too. So it does, it means a lot, man. And you're just awesome with everybody, and just again the stage that you give everybody, not just yourself. So
yeah, appreciate it, man. I thank you so much for that, bro. We do this, and again, like I said, I got to give kudos to Lumi and Toya. You know, they always say it's the women that shape the world, and both Latoya and Lumi are the ones who came up with the idea to actually have, like, you know, Lumi came up with the Figure Flex, the hashtag Figure Flex Friday. Toya was the one who basically came to me and was like, yo, you should do a show that, you know, shows appreciation to the fans and what they do. And I was like, you know what? That all ties in. I mean, with them, you know, really kind of spearheading that whole idea, you know, now it's led to this. And, you know, I'm happy to basically be in a space where we can give guys, you know, a chance to do it. So thank you, bro. I appreciate that. Anytime, man. Thank you so much, bro. You know, definitely. Chewy, we'll be seeing you tomorrow. So we'll definitely be talking about. We'll talk more about Deadpool. I know we're going to talk about that. So we'll definitely be back for Collectors Lounge. Everybody out there, we got Watcher 6. I'm 1-6 for life. God bless you, Lael. Thank you for shout out last time. It's really helped my channel. Thank you, bro. Anytime, bro. Anytime.
That's what I'm saying. That, like, just as simple as that, the shout outs that, you know, you do. And I mean, it does, it carries a lot of weight.
Anytime, like, bro. That's I think, you know, for me, I've been, you know, I always say that I'm put here to give back, you know, to people. You know what I mean? I put here to service people. You know what I mean? Me, my religion, and what I follow basically teaches me how to give back to people. That's the most important thing, is it teaches you to give back to people, and hopefully they'll give back to others. Like, they'll pass it on. It's like a ripple effect, a chain effect. And I think we should all do that and we should be more selfless than selfish. And I don't believe in being selfish at all. So that's definitely where I'm at, man. So definitely appreciate that. We got the movie canon in here. We've gotten 3 announcements already from bro. This is the way to go. We will get them on the actual anniversary. Yeah, you already know, man. Definitely it's gonna happen, man. But anyway, thank you guys, everybody, for being here. As always, man. And yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. Another show. And yeah, stay blessed up. God bless everybody out there. We'll talk to y'all soon. So peace and love, man. We love y'all. Laters.
See you.